Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hope and pray everyone is fine by the grace of Allah Almighty. C2, it's week 4 and topic for this week is coordination and response 2. We will discuss most complex and amazing structure, that is human eye. Proceeding towards the formal lesson, let's talk about the pandemic of coronavirus. Students, you need to follow these instructions to protect yourself. Now come to the human eye. The objective of the lesson are, by the end of lesson you will be able to describe the cross structure of the eye, identify and label component parts of eye, state the principal functions of component parts of the eye in producing a focused image on the retina. So, the human eye. Eye is a sensory organ that is sensitive to light. It's located close to brain so that it can send its messages quickly to the brain. Each eye consists of an eyeball held by muscles in a socket in a skull. Eye is made up of 3 distinct layers. The outermost coat of the eye is known as sclera. The middle coat is called choroid. And the innermost layer of the eye is known as retina. You can see the 3 layers, sclera in green color, choroid in light pink color, and the retina in dark pink color in the picture given. Let's discuss one by one. Sclera, it's the outermost white, rigid and tough coat of the eye. It maintains the shape of the eye. It is also known as the white part of the eye that protects your eye. At front of eyeball, the sclera is transparent and it is known as cornea, the bulging part. Let me show you the cornea. So you can see the sclera bulges out as cornea as a transparent part. So cornea is the transparent front part of the eye that covers the other structures that are iris, pupil and the anterior chamber. You can see these structures that are covered by the cornea. It allows light to enter, then it's refracted by the cornea and it gets focused on the retina. Another very important tissue is conjunctiva. That is a thin transparent tissue that lines the inside of the eyelids and it covers the sclera. It keeps eyes moist and clear by producing small amount of mucus and tears. It protects the cornea. So this is a protective tissue. So we have talked about sclera, the outermost coat. Now the next coat of the eye, the second layer of eye is known as choroid. You can see choroid over here. That is a dark layer and it has many blood capillaries. So it basically supplies oxygen and nutrients to the eye. It also absorbs light. So basically light reflection is prevented by this part. So if there is any damage that could occur by the reflection, that is basically it's a protective function. At interior part, the choroid is modified as ciliary body. So middle coat, the dark layer. It's the nutritive layer because it supplies oxygen and nutrients to the eye. And it also prevents the internal reflection. Ciliary body. Choroid in front is modified as a broad ring-shaped band of thin muscle fibers. That broad ring-shaped band of thin muscle fiber is known as ciliary body. This structure plays very active and vital role in the adjustment of vision. It contains ciliary muscles which controls the shape of the lens. That is very important in the focusing of object. So when you have to focus on the near object, the shape of the lens is changed. It becomes convex, it becomes thick, and when you have to focus on the distant object, the lens becomes thinner. So the ciliary muscles, they help to control the shape of the lens. And the other part is the ciliary epithelium, which produces a watery liquid that is known as aqueous humor. We will discuss it later on. Ciliary muscles extend from choroid. They change the thickness of the lens. when seeing the near or far objects. So lens, it becomes thick when looking at near object. It becomes thin when looking at far objects. Iris, the colored front of the eye. It's the extension from choroid layer. Next to the ciliary body is the iris. And in white, you can see over here the iris. It controls the size of the pupil. Therefore, it controls the amount of light entering the eye. Pupil gets dilated in dim light and it gets constricted in the bright light. The iris also gives color to the eye. Pupil, so as we have already discussed, you can see between the iris there is a narrow opening that is shown in the pink color. It's present at the front of the eye. It's a narrow opening surrounded by iris. It controls and enables light to enter the eye. So through this small hole, light enters in the eye. Lens, elastic, transparent and convex. It refracts the entering light. It can stretch and recoil to focus light on the retina. Lens is surrounded by ciliary muscles which hold the lens by suspensory ligaments. So suspensory ligaments are inelastic fibers which help lens to stretch and make it less convex or thin. Retina. So the outermost layer was sclera, next was middle layer was choroid, and the innermost layer, the photosensitive layer, is retina. It's a layer of cell that is sensitive to light. It detects the stimulus of light and change it into impulse. Two type of rod cells, and it contains two type of photoreceptors, the rod cells and the cone cells. Let's talk about the rod cells first. Rod cells are the photoreceptors that are found in the retina of the eye and they function best in lower light. They are found concentrated at the outer edges. Cones, they are photoreceptors. They respond differently to light of different colors. So they are basically responsible for the color vision and they work best in bright light. They are densely packed in the fovea centralis. Fovea is a point of the retina that is in straight line with the pupil. It is rich in photoreceptors, the rods and cones that are sensitive to light. As it is most sensitive part to light, so image can be focused on this spot. So image of an object will be focused on fovea centralis. Blind spot, a spot where optic nerve leaves the retina. It does not have cells that are sensitive to light. So this part, as it is not sensitive to light, image of an object, it cannot be detected on the blind spot. Optic nerve transmits visual information from the retina to the brain. The brain has to interpret the information and get it corrected and transfer it into an image, a proper image. Aqueous humor is a watery transparent liquid. We have already talked about. You have already learned this name in the previous slide, the aqueous humor. It's a watery transparent liquid that occupies the space between cornea and the lens. You can see in white over here the aqueous humor. So it maintains the shape and pressure of the eye and it focuses light on the retina. So it helps to focus light on the retina. Vitreous humor, that occupies the space behind the lens, a bigger space. You can see it's a bigger chamber, the vitreous chamber. It's a jelly-like transparent substance that supports the shape of the eye. It helps to disperse the light, refract it and focus it on the retina. The eye is protected with the help of vitreous humor as it absorbs different vibrations. So here is the structure of the eye. You can clearly see different parts of the eye, different component parts of the eye. The white part, the sclera, next to sclera is choroid. The choroid is modified as ciliary body, iris, that Then you can see the pupil, and you can also see the innermost layer, that is retina, the fovea centralis, the yellow spot where image is formed, the vitreous chamber and the aqueous chamber filled with vitreous humor and the aqueous humor, lenses there held by the suspensory ligaments. Hope you have learnt new terminology, the function of the component parts of the eye. You have identified different parts of eye. Thank you so much.